various homes all his life. His work gradually gained fame during his lifetime, their deceptively simple nature and frequently homely themes creating populist appeal. He is famous for his industrial scenes, but should also be remembered for his eerie and desolate landscapes and seascapes.
Shame York don't have old Dennis Stride in Euro 2 for their city sightseeing, but because he's with Transport Coastline over Blackpool, that's how come W51501 RBB is on part of Transport with one V145 MEV, V158 MEV, V168 MEV, Elec, 3 Trident, all 3 Euro 2 Dennis Trident X400s are part of Coastline, and LX08DHP is part of Transport.
The Manchester Ship Canal enabled the newly created Port of Manchester to become Britain's 3rd busiest port, even though the city was about 40 miles inland. Despite opening in 1894, it was never the commercial success its sponsors had hoped for. The amount of freight carried by the canal peaked in 1958 at 18 million tons.
Safe reminder to anyone.
Million tons. The increasing size of ocean-going ships and the port's failure to introduce modern container methods resulted in the volume of freight dropping steadily, and the closure of the docks in Salford in 1984, 90 years after its opening. The canal's water quality has improved in recent years, and there are now several nature reserves along its banks. Locally, increasing populations of ducks, Canada geese, and even swans can be observed. This area of the quays is also commonly used for water sports.
The Transport Museum tomorrow, which I'll be getting some photos. Unfortunately, I've got some photos onto on my phone, which needs to be uploaded onto YouTube or if you're doing the peak sightseeing open top service running between Chatsworth, Basel, Mons has I'm just trying to put Chatsworth, Basel, Monsell Trail, Bakewell, Ashford in Chatsworth, Basel, Ashford in the Water, Chatsworth.
This area of Salford Quays is now one of the most rapidly developing areas of the city, with a mix of retail, business and leisure uses. The 21st century ship canal is symbolised not by ocean-going liners, but by giant projects located along the water's edge, such as the Trafford Centre shopping mall, Media City, and towering office and residential apartments. The lower reaches of the canal are still busy with shipping, particularly around the Queen Elizabeth II dock at Easton and the Stanlow oil refinery, carrying some 7 million tonnes of cargo, mostly oil, chemicals and grain. But the sighting of a cargo ship in the Old Manchester Docks area is now a rarity. There are, however, regular sightseeing trips between Liverpool and Salford, operated by Mersey ferries.
If you didn't know it, go and check out the website. bus coming in. Damn new traffic lights. That's what I'm gonna say that. Damn new traffic lights. Originally to sit outside, but
The Trafford Swing Road Bridge on the right was built in 1892 and would swing open, allowing ocean-going cargo ships to travel to the upper reaches of the canal at Pomona Docks. It was the largest and heaviest of the ship's canal swing bridges, weighing 1,800 tons. In July 1987, the bridge was listed as a Grade 2 structure, and in 1998, the bridge was refurbished and fixed in place as part of a scheme to widen the road to a dual carriageway, with the new bridge that we are driving on built alongside. As we turn right towards Old Trafford, notice on the left the two remnants of former ship canal warehouses, once so typical of the area. The Victoria warehouse today is actually a hotel and popular music venue. Our next stop is Old Trafford, home of Manchester United. Here you can get off the bus and visit the free museum and gift shop, or you can go on a 90-minute stadium tour on non-match days.
Manchester is far more than football, but certainly football provides Manchester with its 21st century dominant brand. The city is home to two of the most popular and successful football teams in the world, Manchester United and Manchester City. Of course, the city region's sporting heritage runs much deeper than football and includes the legacy of the 2002 Commonwealth Games, the successful and efficient coordination of which encouraged London to bid for the 2012 Olympic Games. An array of sporting events takes place year-round. Manchester United was founded as Newton Heath Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway Football Club in 1878. It changed its name to Manchester United in 1902, moving to its current stadium here at Old Trafford in 1910. Manchester United have won a record number of league titles and cups. In the 1998-99 season, the club became the first in the history of English football to achieve the treble of the Premier League, FA Cup and UEFA Champions League. The club vies with Spanish giants Real Madrid and Barcelona as the world's most valuable football brand. The Old Trafford capacity of around 76,000 makes it comfortably the largest club ground in the United Kingdom. If you're not lucky enough to get a ticket for a game, a good way of experiencing United's potency is by visiting the museum and tour centre. The museum provides an overview of the club's story. West of Old Trafford, Trafford Park stretches across 4.7 square miles and was the first planned industrial estate in the world and remains the largest in Europe. The western end now hosts the largest shopping mall, Into Trafford Centre, as well as other attractions including the largest indoor ski slope in the UK at Chill Factor.
I tell you what, there's other people who have done the stupid same thing as before with buses.
The Imperial War Museum North is an unusual structure and worth a walk around to get a feel for it. Designed by Daniel Libeskind and opened in 2002. To create the building's design, Libeskind placed a ceramic teapot in a plastic bag and dropped it out of the window. 3 of the broken shards he arranged as a world shattered by war in a pattern representing the 3 theatres of land, sea and air war. The message of the museum is stated as "War shapes lives." This is delivered without judgment, the facts and stories laid before visitors, and covers conflict since World War I. The temporary exhibitions are always worth visiting. And there are plenty of activities for kids, and of course a cafe and a shop. Coronation Street is a British TV institution. First broadcast on December 9th, 1960, it is the longest-running serialised television drama in the world. The show was only commissioned for 6 episodes, and bosses at Granada TV were certain that it would be a failure. However, the British public became hooked on watching the lives of ordinary northern people living in working-class terraced houses. Until the late 1960s, all episodes were filmed within indoor sets at Granada's Quay Street Studios in central Manchester. In 1968, Granada rented a railway yard alongside their studios to erect the programme's first purpose-built outdoor set. In 2014, the show moved to the Quays to form another area of Media City UK, and tours of the set can be pre-booked online.
That's what some of the noise, some old buses do. I don't like them when they're blocking the road. Yeah, we're a bit annoying, those bicycles, cyclists. It's alright if you had a slow bus, if you had a faster bus. That's probably why Hollies would hate having 13. Hollies swerving all over the road. It's illegal, but stuff life's embarrassing, but welcome to the 40 mph section. The V145 MEV can only go up to 45 miles per hour, if you didn't know that. Due to it being
Look to the right.
weak.
Have you spotted the white archways, sat seemingly randomly between the main road and White City Retail Park? This was once the home of the White City Botanical Gardens. Trees and plants were brought in from around the world, and the gardens became extremely popular, both with those seeking relaxation and clean air in the city. The site eventually fell into disrepair and was closed in 1982. The archway's the only reminder of the gardens which could have easily become the Kew Gardens of the North.
They can hear the old Euro 2 Helix 400 engine from here, like we'll do on the peak sites here. Beautiful old noise.
As we make our way back to the city centre, let's contemplate more of Manchester's firsts. This time in science and industry. John Dalton is a scientific colossus of Manchester. His atomic theory, 1803, with its pioneering work on the constitution of elements, was the precursor of all modern chemistry, whilst his lectures on meteorology turned the study of weather into a science. He was the first to describe colour blindness. James Prescott Joule's name, 1819 to 1889, is the unit of energy, the joule, following his research into the mechanical equivalence of heat. Ernest Rutherford, working at Manchester University, discovered the nucleus of atoms and later how to split them in 1919. His assistant was Hans Geiger of the Geiger counter fame. A life-size silicon bronze memorial of Alan Turing resides in Sackville Gardens, commemorating his achievements. Turing conceived modern computing and through helping to break the Enigma code played a vital part in the Allied victory over Nazi Germany in
Agreed. The old sign.
Germany in World War II. The first computer with a stored program and memory, nicknamed the Baby, was developed at Manchester University in 1948 by Professors Tom Kilburn and Fred Williams. The first child of in vitro fertilization, IVF, was Louise Brown, born in Oldham General Hospital. The Nobel Prize in Physics for 2010 was awarded to Andrei Geim and Konstantin Nevosilov at the University of Manchester for groundbreaking experiments regarding the two-dimensional material graphene, the so-called world's thinnest material. As we come into the city centre, there is a large church on the left. This is St George's Church and was designed by Francis Goodwin and opened in 1828. It has now been deconsecrated and converted into apartments. The tower is one large apartment of 9 floors.
So basically, mind you all, if basically you're parking, say, unfortunately after last week's other day was the 39, it results in incident on Park Road, unfortunately, but after the incident on the 39, the driver's been prosecuted on Park Road with the 39 Park Road, not far from where I live. It's an accident. Unfortunately, the driver was in shock.
As we've shown you around Manchester and Salford, you must have noticed the scale of new developments under construction. Multi-billion-pound investment in business, infrastructure and transport is flowing into the city, both domestically and globally. Huge multinational corporations, such as the BBC, have already relocated away from London to Manchester. As Manchester's population continues to soar, so does the demand for new high-rise residential developments, including properties that now dwarf Beetham Tower, for years the tallest building outside London.
So what I'm going to do is start out sit back down and go to a stretch. Apologies, little bit. That's fine, that's fine. Transport for us, new class 197, which are replacing the class 150s, 153s. Replacing those, replacing class 158 and 175s. Some class 175 craniers have been started to go storage to transport for Wales. Northern's class 323s. Traffic are coming from West Midlands as well, and some class 730s eventually service. With West Midlands as well, some units will be transferred over to Northern. So basically,
We are now approaching Liverpool Road and the Science Museum stop, which heralds the entry into Castlefield. It is one of the strongest urban landscapes in the UK, a place where the Romans settled in Manchester and where the oldest industrial age canal meets the oldest passenger rail station in the world. On the other side of Liverpool Road is the basin of the Bridgewater Canal and the outdoor arena. This section opened in 1765, the first proper artificial navigation for industry in this country. The first building on the left here is the oldest and first passenger railway station in the world. This was the Manchester end of the Liverpool and Manchester Railway, which was opened in 1830. The immediate success of the railway meant it was copied across the country and then across the world. The station building is part of the Museum of Science and Industry, which is the next stop for this tour. People of all ages, especially families, will enjoy visiting the museum, and entry is free. The range of exhibitions is huge, covering steam engines, space, cotton, gas, water, electricity, computers, photography, aviation, Manchester's history, the city's part in pioneering achievement, and also a planetarium. The buildings, unusually for a museum, play their part too. Spread out across 7 acres, wandering from railways to aviation becomes an event in itself. On the right, going up Liverpool Road, there are reconstructed sections of Manchester's Roman fort. The Romans spotted Manchester's potential in 79 AD and recognised the strategic value of the rounded bluff over the confluence of the rivers Irwell and Medlock. They stayed for over 3 centuries.
just to let you know, this bus is coming out of service when we get to...
Dominating everything is Beetham Tower by Manchester's Simpson Hoff architects. It is 47 stories tall, was completed in 2006 and cost £150 million, split between the Hilton and private apartments. At level 23 is Cloud 23, the viewing bar and top floor of the hotel. At 168 metres or 551 feet, Beetham Tower is easily the tallest building outside London. It delivers a stark, simple profile to the city, although its slender profile from east to west is dramatic. With a ratio of 1:10, it is one of the thinnest skyscrapers anywhere. The architect himself, Ian Simpson, lives on the top floor duplex that spans the whole building and includes an internal garden of lime, lemon and oak trees.
I know the 3 bus 1, 2 and 3 which are operated by Optair Versus, single decker Optair Versus, which I think they should add double deckers for the 3 bus, but I think due to low bridges it goes under the 3 bus 1, 2 and 3. But due to bridge, I think that's why they have single deckers, because you've got some at bridge, you can't have a longer bus or something, just to make more passengers get on. And this reminds you of some memories now. London, Stagecoach London. This reminds you of stage. So basically, might think of some memories in Stagecoach London in 1999. This bus
Bridgewater Hall opened in 1996 and was the first freestanding concert hall built in the UK since 1951. It's the home of Manchester's Halle Orchestra, one of the oldest permanent professional orchestras in the world. Manchester Central Convention Complex is an exhibition and conference centre converted from the former Manchester Central Railway Station. The station was the northern terminus for services to London and opened in July 1880. After 89 years as a railway terminus, it closed to passengers in May 1969. It was renovated as an exhibition centre and was opened by the Queen in 1982. It plays a successful and very important part in city life and is also host to conferences involving the main British political parties. The Midland Hotel was built in 1903 by Charles Trubshaw for the Midland Railway Company. On May 4, 1904, Charles Rolls met local manufacturer Frederick Royce in the hotel. Together, they created the Rolls-Royce Motor Company. Inside Adam Reed's celebrated French restaurant, diners have included Winston Churchill and General Patton. The Beatles were once refused entry because they were dressed inappropriately. The Midland was where David Beckham dated Posh Spice or Victoria Adams when he played at Manchester United. Attention, we will shortly be travelling underneath an electric tram cable. For your safety, please stay seated.
Should have said that earlier. Should have just said when you're going under it, you should say it earlier. Jesus Christ. That's what I think about people these days. Although your side blind don't work, yeah, that's negative.
Manchester's Central Library opened in 1934. The opening was attended by King George V. Manchester school children before the event were given handkerchiefs printed with the brave words, "Knowledge is power." That remains true today, as does the library's popularity. Following refurbishment and reopening in 2014, there have been around 1.4 million visits each year. The two grandest spaces are the entrance hall, called Shakespeare Hall, and the Wolfson Reading Room. The library hosts exhibitions and events. There's a performance space and a media lounge, alongside specialist business, music, and children's libraries.
Gotta go down here, then right, then this is not in service. If you're one of these bus companies, or you work at one of these bus companies, you should suggest to your manager the destination controllers to have Hanover, to have Digi-free destination blind controller, which is easier and
We're now crossing Deansgate, one of the city's longest and oldest thoroughfares. The road is named after the lost River Dean, which is thought to have flowed along the hanging ditch, connecting the River Irk to the River Irwell at the street's northern end. The Opera House we are passing on the right is a theatre that plays host to touring musicals, ballets, concerts and Christmas pantomimes, and is a Grade 2 listed building. The theatre opened as the New Theatre in 1912, was renamed the New Queen's Theatre in 1915, and as the Opera House in 1920. It closed in 1979, and for 5 years was a bingo hall before the Palace Trust acquired it in 1984 and returned it to a theatre, reopening in 1990. We are now passing through an area known as Spinning Fields, developed in the 2000s between Deansgate and the River Irwell. The area is dominated by commercial office developments and has been described as the Canary Wharf of the North after the area in London's Docklands. It takes its name from Spinningfield, a narrow street which ran westwards from Deansgate and is bounded by Bridge Street to the north, Quay Street to the south, Deansgate to the east, and the River Irwell to the west.
Yep. just another safe reminder, as you people might forget, if you're going on to Google Maps, Albert Square family is not on there. You have to board the bus at Town Hall in Manchester, which is on St Peter's Street, as I got lost as well. So this is near our hotel we're staying for 2 nights, Davis Hotel. Obviously we've wanted to come so we can try look around the museums and try some of these older Dennis Trident Euro to ELX 400. I wish this bus sounded its horn because it'd be, I don't know what it's like. I think it's like 17643 at Stagecoach, yeah, the same one. Also, this is not the same batch as 17643 was near Stagecoach in Manchester in 2000. The Opta solos in Stagecoach in Yorkshire, 47464, 47726, 47724, 47726, 724, 726 now, last 4 Opta solos left in the entire Yorkshire chessboard. And the 36071, the small E200 Mini, AK class as a solo, but people class it as a solo, class it with the wrong rubbish shit or whatever. Currently working on the 15s and 16s. I don't know if they'll go to that point where they have 5 buses, 2 on that lot, 1 does 15 all day, 1 does 6, 2 do 16s. I don't know, but 17240s at Sunderland afternoon is 17239. So, but plus 1 new Scania Enviro 400, 15719 is in service. 15718 has had numerous faults, so it's gone back to Claxton, ADL Claxton to be worked on. And slotted. If you're going on Albert Square in Manchester, please know there is road closure. There's road closure, and not only that, there's no bus. I went down earlier, got lost, and there was no bus. Over the top, Ocean for promote the service. For no promote like what we have on Peak Sites here, where a driver wrote saying an hour tour of this.
We are now back at Manchester Town Hall, and your Manchester tour is complete. We hope you have learnt some new facts about Manchester's rich history of innovation and achievement. We would like to thank you for travelling with us, and we hope you have found the tour to be enjoyable. Remember that your ticket is valid for 2 days, giving you the opportunity to explore some of the sights you have seen on this tour. When leaving the bus, please make sure that you have all your personal belongings with you.
So I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to stay up here so we can get off. I can let the driver know there's no more passengers. Last stop. This is out of service. This bus is going out of service. Going back to the depot. Just going to stay so I can. I'll be last one downstairs, so I can. There's no more upstairs. There's no more passengers upstairs.
Let's go first, we're going to go first.
So we can see what the destination line is like outside. It's not in service. Which also saved me put my jacket back on. My bottle, my battery. Oh, that's O's. That's it, so now I've got to stupidly for that. Yeah, but we've got nobody upstairs. No more. So, just have a quick look. Just having a quick look. That's the layout of the bus. So your 2 seats there, and the downstairs at the same as 172.
So the first 4 weeks here at 10:30 in the morning, and then again is 10 till tomorrow at 10:30, 12 o'clock.
So that's the layout.
If you want to go on top of it, yeah, more opportunity.
Cheers, mate. We've got nobody upstairs now.
Thank you very
You're
much.
putting on your service on.
I'm going to put not your service on.
You can get a video in today.
Yeah.
Video in it. So, as you all know, you're busted. If you didn't know that. Try and have a look round the.
5 minutes. Then bus.
So, we're just currently getting the video. So, this is the Haven bus 17145. It used to be a stagecoach in London in 1999. So, currently being withdrawal for scrap. See you, mate. See ya. Cheers. 17145 back to depot. So thank you and subscribe and enjoy. Comment. Yep.
We're going this way.
So 17145 new to stagecoach in London in 1998. Guys, just to let you know, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you have, like and comment, and I'll probably see you later. Subscribe and enjoy.
Julian, watch what you're doing.
We'll make this video an hour 19 minutes 19 seconds 79 minutes. We'll make this video 79 minutes, which I've done. Thanks and subscribe.